Welcome to Subramani. I don't keep saying please subscribe, please share, but please do it. So we normally turn west when we want to look for literature on investing, right? So if you are looking at largely to US, somewhat to UK and maybe France, but beyond that we really don't look at any other countries for investing. But one country worth turning to for investing is Japan, especially if you're a fan of Marie Kondo, right? When she wrote the beautiful book on decluttering. Now, decluttering is something which you can do in your life, you can do in your portfolio, you can do in your wardrobe, right? So people keep saying that cluttered desk means you are a very disorganized person, etc. And clear desk means your mind is also very clear. I would look at it this way: an empty desk does not mean an empty mind. A cluttered desk does not mean that you're getting too many things done. Maybe you're just keeping on piling up things, right? So I have decluttered my portfolio in the sense my wardrobe is decluttered. I have only old shirts. I don't buy new shirts at all. Maybe I pick up one white shirt once in a while, but definitely it has to be white, right? These kind of shirts are old shirts, and I just use them till I throw them away, that's all. But no new shirts, no new pants. And if I buy a pant, it will be a black pant. So it's just white shirt and black pant in my portfolio, in my wardrobe. And similarly, you have to do that even for your portfolio. What are you looking for in your portfolio? All of us create a portfolio, right? So a portfolio can have shares, it can have debentures, it can have mutual funds, it can have international investments, it can have real estate. Right, all these things. It can have cryptocurrency, it could have gold, it could have all those things, right? So what are we looking for in our portfolio? In our portfolio, basically we are looking at different stages of life. We are looking at different things. So a 23-year-old boy or girl is just looking for growth. They are not looking for anything else. If they want liquidity, they will go and borrow, but they don't have too much money anyway invested. They must be investing 5,000 rupees a month or 3,000 rupees a month. So it's not as though they are looking for great liquidity in their investments. For their liquidity, they have their savings bank account or a bank FD where they've kept some money for an emergency. But beyond that, they're looking for growth. So maybe 20 to 40, 45, you're looking for growth. 45 to 65, 70, you're looking for stability. Beyond 75, maybe, you're just looking for simplicity. You're not looking for anything. So you want growth, you want simplicity, you want everything from your portfolio, right? So how do you, so first of all, you have to understand the advantages of decluttering. So when you declutter, you definitely reduce stress. This is another thing I need to declutter. I need to get rid of a lot of my books. Books are there, they're lying there. Am I going to read it in my lifetime? Have I finished reading it? Some of the books I finished reading, and some of the books I don't think I'm going to read it again. So I have to get rid of it, right? So similarly, for everything, take your portfolio and mark, is this going to give me growth? Is this going to give me stability? Is it going to give me income? Or is it going to give me simplicity? So if you have a pension plan which you have subscribed when you were 45, and you think you're going to get a pension out of it at 65, well, it is nothing great about it, but then it gives you simplicity, it gives you stability, right? It does not give you growth, it does not give you current income, but you know what to expect, so therefore that annuity plan will stay. Similarly, you pick up some mutual fund which you bought long back because somebody put pressure on you, so you bought it. It is now giving you 14% return. It's an equity fund, not too bad. 10-year return is so much. Because that you don't know anything. One young boy or girl came to you and said, sir, please check it, I have a target, or some such reason. There is no great reason for you to buy. But the fact that you have held it for such a long time and it has given you good return, and you do not know where it fits in. Is it in growth? Is it in income? Is it in stability? Is it in simplicity? If you don't know, just knock it off. When you keep knocking off such things and keep all the money in your savings bank account, suddenly you may find a lot of money in the savings bank account and not know what to do. Now decide, do you want growth, do you want income, do you want stability, do you want simplicity? If you want the simplicity, put all this money into an annuity and say, I want an annuity starting 10 years later. Assuming you're 62 years of age, you want that pension starting at 72. Or maybe you're 52 years of age, you want the pension starting at the age of 72. So it's a 20-year plan that you can do. So single premium, but 20 years later you're going to get a annuity out of it. So so it is important that you see what you're getting out of it and whether you need it. Is it very tax efficient or no? There is no point in getting current income if you're a 52-year-old. If you have something which is giving you current income, just banish the thought, remove it and put it away in a deferral scheme by which you get that income coming into you only at the age of 70, because it may not be relevant till then. You may not need that income, assuming you're 52 years of age now. So put it away for a long term. So see where what fits in, make your plan, write it down, have your goals, tag it to your goals and tell your wife and children that these are the investments that I've made. This is for the marriage, this is for the education, this is for our old age, this is for XYZ, right? Have that clarity. Once you have that clarity and you write it down, you can then discuss with your spouse, and she may make some changes, your children may make some changes, and if you're very old, maybe you're 80, maybe it's a great time to start giving away some of that, because your kids will appreciate it when they need it rather than when they get it because of your death. Because of your death, they'll say, anyway he had no choice, he had to give it to us. But today, if you I found one mother very nicely, graciously asking her son, going for a cataract operation, do you have enough money or should I pay? And the boy was not covered for medical insurance, and he did not have medical insurance where he could get it. So for him, that 1,10,000 or 1,20,000 which was funded by his mother was very useful. So know which child needs support, what is to be done, right? All that is part of your decluttering and making things simple. If you think your children don't need your money at all and you have more than adequately provided for your old age, just take all that money and put it into some kind of an index fund and some kind of ultra short bond fund and some kind of an annuity. Don't worry too much, just one scheme is good enough, because you anyway have more than what you need, right? So simplify it. So first you chase growth, then you said you wanted stability, then you wanted income, and after that you want simplicity. You say, I am now too old, I don't care whether the market is going up, going down, large cap doing well, small cap doing well. I don't want to get into it. I've done that for 30, 40, 50, 60 years. Now it's enough, right? And believe me, compounding works everywhere. If you think compounding works only with money, Warren Buffett we are talking about is compounding from the age 11 till the age 91. There is Asha Bhonsle, who's compounded her music. Again, you're talking of 70, 80 years of effort. She's started singing in 1943. Many of you are now so young that your parents were not born in 1943. Maybe they were born in the 70s, right? Or maybe in the 60s or 70s, definitely not in 1943. Maybe your grandparents are younger than that, right? So compounding has worked for her. So many years effort, and today she's a nightingale. She's 87 years of age, and she's singing well, right? So how does this happen? Sure practice, right? So power of compounding works everywhere. It will work for Buffett, it will work for you. Similarly, simplicity will work. Keep on simplifying your portfolio, pruning it down, writing about it, talking about it, making into a relevant document to hand over to your wife. A will is like a resignation letter. You make a will like a resignation letter saying, I'm quitting from tomorrow. That is completely irrelevant. Maybe it's good only for HR. You also have to create a much thicker handing over document to tell your friend or colleagues that from tomorrow you're going to handle this client like this client like this client like this, right? This is the handing over. You need to make that handover document for your investments apart from your will. Your will is fine, but it is not sufficient. So handing over document, make it properly, document it, make sure that your spouse understands it or your brother understands it as exactly the way you have made it. All this is part of your decluttering. Once you do this, it means your head is relieved saying, okay, I'm decluttered. I don't have to worry about what happens to this, what happens to this, what happens to that. I have simplified it, then I put it in a will, I have left it for my spouse, right? It can be as simple as that, but decluttering is the whole process. Thank you.